Hello students, we are going to do a poetry lesson today from the Hornbill textbook. The poem is called A Photograph, written by Shirley Tolson. So this poem is about a memory of a poet's mother through a photograph. So the poet is looking at an old photograph where her mother was a child, a 12-year-old girl, and in that photograph she sees her mother being happy and playing and all those things. And she remembers how her mother reacted seeing this photograph many years ago, and now her mother is no more. So she's thinking about her mother by looking at this photograph. So let's look at the poem. You guys look at your textbook while I read this from this PDF file. The photograph by Shirley Tolson. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. All three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born, and the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. So in this stanza, the cardboard shows me how it was. So cardboard refers to photograph. So cardboard it does not last so long for a long time. The durability of the cardboard suggests that life is also in life nothing is permanent. So the photograph shows me how it was in the past when the two girl cousins went paddling. When the two cousins, girl cousins of my mother, went to paddle. You know, paddle is to move your hands and feet or move some object through water to get through, each one holding one of my mother's hands. Each of these girl cousins are holding my mother's hands, and she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. So, my mother is the oldest, the eldest among these three, and my mother was 12 years of age when this photograph was taken. So, how are they standing? All three stood still to smile through their hair. So, all three of these girls, two cousins and the poet's mother, they stood still without moving and to smile through their hair, to smile very largely, to give a full length smile at the uncle with the camera. So, mother's uncle was standing there with the camera to take the photo of these three girls. So they were posing for the camera. A sweet face, my mother's. That was before I was born. So in that photograph, the poet is seeing her mother's sweet face. She was young, she was so vibrant, active, happy. She was only 12 years of age, and that was before I was born. So this photograph was taken way before I was born, when my mother was only 12 years of age, and the sea which appears to have changed less. So the sea where they were standing by, over the years, the sea hasn't changed much. The sea has remained the same. So if you ask your parents about Shangumugam Beach or Kovalam Beach during their childhood, how it was, now some buildings may have come up, but the sea wouldn't have changed. The sea is the same. Um, Wash their terribly transient feet. So the sea, the waves were washing their terribly transient feet. So transient is short-lived. Here, feet represents not a feet as such. It talks about life. So in life, nothing is permanent. The poetic device used here is transferred epithet. Okay, transferred epithet where a noun is being used instead of another noun to give it a quality. So the feet is used here instead of life. So it is actually transient life, but here it is written transient feet. Now let's look at the second stanza. Some 20, 30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See, Betty and Dolly, she would say. And look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past. Mine is her laughter. Both with the labored ease of loss. So, some 20 or 30 years later, that photograph was taken. When her mother was still alive, she would look at the photograph. Snapshot here is photograph. She would look at the photograph and she would laugh. She will say, "See, Betty and Dolly. Those were the two cousins who were there with her on that day. And look how they dressed us for the beach. Look how we are dressed. How we are being dressed by our parents for the beach. So look how silly we look." The sea holiday was her past. So this holiday happened in her past, and she was looking at it, reliving the past with a sense of loss that she will never have this back. But she's happy that she once had it, had such a life. Mine is her laughter. So for me, her laughter is in my past. So she is no longer with the poet now. She has been long dead. My for me, her laughter is my past because now she's not there to laugh with me. Both difficult with the labored ease of loss. So labored ease is a contrast. Laboring is to do something with effort, with difficulty. Ease is easy. So with both difficulty and ease, the loss has become a habit to them. So they have been adjusted to the loss with great difficulty. Now the loss has become easy to accept. So labored ease is contrast. It's an oxymoron. So oxymoron contrast like seriously funny, big baby, things like that. So the watered desert. So contrast where two opposite things come together. So here it's been said that when the mother looks at this photograph, she will laugh and she will point out her two cousins, and she will think about how silly they were dressed for the beach. And it was in her past, and she is remembering her past, and the laugh that she was giving, she was making, that is the poet's past, both difficult with the labored ease of loss. So both of them, her past and my past, her past, her childhood and my past, were the when my mother was still alive and happy. Though these both memories are difficult, but we have adjusted to it with great difficulty and ease. So contrast, oxymoron. Now she's been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. Now the poet's mother has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived. So that girl was 12 years of age. So her mother, the poet's mother, has been dead for 12 years. So that girl is sensing that in that picture the girl looks like a stranger to the poet now. So that's why the reference that girl. I don't know that girl anymore. And of this circumstance, and during this circumstance, there is nothing to say at all. There is nothing to say about this circumstance because it's silence. The memory is silent. So that silence itself silences whatever we have to say. So it's silence, the silence of the memory itself, that pain itself silences everything that we have to say. So I think you have understood the poet much better. So when you read it two or three times, you will understand it better. Now, the important questions for the poem will be given in given in Google Classroom, not in Schoolmate Nemo, given in Google Classroom. So go through the poem and learn it because not sometimes extract based questions will be there where just one or two lines from the poem will be given and you will have to answer from the context, what does it mean, what is the speaker implying to say, who is the she here, and all those things. So you have to be thorough with the poem. Okay, so till we meet, it's bye for now. Bye.